Welcome back to We Like That podcast.
Because we like that. I'm Joe.
And I'm Calvin.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
So we like that podcast.
Because we like that.
Okay. So, are you hyped for the new edition / Boys to Men / Tony Braxton tour?
That happened with Joe.
Does that mean you're excited?
Sure.
Okay. So they kicked off. They had their first stop already. And then, I guess in the spirit of that, B2K, who's also making the rounds right now, recently got a lot of attention for their tribute to them. So I'm going to play you a little bit of it.
Why?
So this is their tribute to New Edition.
I'm a fan too, so check this out. When we drop this like this, it was kind of crazy. Check it. Check it out right here.
Get to the point already.
So this is live. The band is doing decent.
Wow.
They're doing the dance. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, I see it. This is so long.
The intro is long, but they're doing the whole dance, so that's why. It's the whole thing. Can you even hear him, Marianne?
No.
All right, and then it's going to go on and on and on. But so there's been a lot of opinions about this tribute. Some people loved it. Some people loved it. They love that B2K, the band, is back together because all the original members, it's rare for them to all be together in one place.
Sure.
But other people are like, if you're going to do a tribute, you should, I don't know, take it seriously. And I kind of fall into that camp. Like, it was cute or whatever, but what was that?
No matter what they did, they're just going to get the same reaction. So,
You said it was going to be either one of those two. Either
yeah,
way.
It is what it is. Nah, I ain't think nothing of it.
Someone was talking about the longevity of boy bands and how really B2K was the first ever black boy band. And then somebody else was like, no, that was Boys to Men. And then somebody else was like, no, that was New Edition. And then somebody else was like, no, that was Jackson 5. So,
Jackson 5 was the first.
but they weren't even the first for that either.
Well,
They were the biggest. Now, if you want to say they were the biggest, yes.
were they even a boy band or were they just a family singing group?
In the context of how we understand boy bands, they were a boy band.
Then Isley Brothers probably would have been the first
Maybe, yeah.
or before then.
Because the
So-
people are talking about the Ink Spots. I don't even know if you know who that is.
Of course not.
It's an all black like doo-wop group. So there's a lot of doo-wop groups that were all black that were technically boy bands in that same context.
No, because they weren't called boy bands. They're called doo-wop groups.
Well, yeah, but in what we determine boy bands are is essentially what they were.
Sure.
So, but the point is, people don't really know who the first boy band was. And then secondly, they were talking about the strength of a boy band and what sets them apart. And then there was a whole conversation of like whether or not B2K was the biggest boy band.
No. New Edition was.
I would argue Jackson 5.
Well, Jackson 5.
But New Edition with a close second. so we'll see. But yeah, people were having a lot of conversations around that, and Omarion taking the lead for that song, and just how big of a difference there is in terms of, I don't want to say talent, but maybe strength in singing.
Isn't boy bands like a white thing?
No.
Sure. Okay. I thought that's what they call white boy bands.
Well,
White all male groups, boy.
they became that, but they weren't at first. They became that for sure because they called Boys to Men a boy band.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I thought they just called them R&B group.
there's a pop documentary that's on Netflix. They talk about the history of pop music, especially in terms of boy bands, and they posit that Boys to Men was the first ever pop boy band.
I think they saying they're the first ones to cross over.
That's what I agree. I agree with that sentiment.
So if that's the case, sure.
I agree with that sentiment. I don't think they were the first boy band, but yeah.
Why not?
But that, I mean, that's like within that context, and then the white people, boom, got much bigger. So, but the point is, let's talk about Omarion singing. They were talking about how like Omarion really compared himself to like Ralph Transvant, and then people were like, "No, don't do that. Don't make those comparisons." So
he's not a strong singer
I
at
agree.
all. I don't understand why we try to make him, or he tries to make himself to be this unbelievably great singer.
I honestly don't know that it's all just him. Because when B2K was big, he was the face. He was their front leader. And then he did his solo career.
Just because you have charisma doesn't mean you can sing.
I agree. But I believe, like, with the people that were around him and how the fans took it, they thought that he was a strong singer. And a lot of that disillusionment was crushed
No,
in the verses.
I just thought he had the best charisma out of the.
To you,
To
but
all
that's
the
why
guys.
when verses happened and it was him versus a real singer, a lot of people were like, "Oh my gosh!"
I don't understand
Oh
why.
no!
I guess I was not shocked because I knew he couldn't sing better than Mario.
Conversations leading up to that verses, people were talking mad shit about Mario. They were making it sound like Omarion was going to sweep the floor with him.
Really,
Yeah, well, in terms of like,
singing.
I guess performance, because he can dance, and Mario doesn't really do all of that.
But Mario can dance.
Mario
too,
can dance too, but he's not known for that with his
because
music.
he can sing.
Exactly.
So he relies on his voice
Exactly.
more than dancing.
But people hadn't
Mario
like put that together,
now can he dance like a Marion?
Right.
Probably not.
right?
But he
Right.
can dance.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can do choreography.
No, he can dance.
Yeah.
But
He was
his,
he was in the Step Up movies.
his voice is just
Amazing.
really good.
And he actually continues to train his voice.
So
So
that's why when the what's it called? The versus thing happened.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, that's what's supposed to happen.
but again, people who were fans of that music at that time, so this is like mid 2000s into the 2010s, they were looking at star power, and at that time Omarion had more star power than Mario did. So then when versus comes up, they're on that nostalgia thinking like, oh, it's gonna be a clean sweep Omarion, and then oh no.
What
Nope.
shocked me was Bobby Valentino.
Yeah, I think it really broke your heart.
Yeah, I thought he was a better singer than what he did on the verses. I'll say that. That's the only shock that was the shocker to me.
Honestly, I also was shocked about Ray J. I thought Ray J could hold a tune. I thought he really could. I thought he could.
Maybe because I grew up in a black church.
But Brandy doesn't sing like she's from a
And-
black church, and she still is
And
amazing.
and I listen to a lot of gospel music, so I'm used to hearing
Like a powerful
people
voice.
who actually can sing.
But again, Brandy isn't that type of singer, and she's still excellent at what she
But
does.
Brandy can sing,
But Monica comes from that background,
and Monica can sing her ass off.
right?
That's what I'm not saying you have to come from that background. What I'm saying is
You just
can't-
said you come from black church,
meaning
so you can tell who can sing and who can't.
yeah,
Essentially.
meaning
But I was pointing out that Brandy doesn't have like a black church voice, but she can sing.
that's all I'm saying. I can tell who can sing. To me, Ray J can hold a note.
Okay,
Ray J's my mom. She can hold a note.
that's messed up.
But I will not.
I think
put
that's a disservice to your
her,
mother.
But I will
okay?
not put her as a lead singer.
I think that's a disservice
ever.
to your mother.
I would
Okay?
never put her as a lead singer.
All right.
Ever. I would never make that mistake.
If she's a tenth of the talent that Ag has, I know that lady can sing.
No. I'm not only gonna let you besmirch the name of my mom like that and put that on her.
You were saying
No.
she can't sing. She can sing.
Hold a note.
She grew up around all that music. She can sing.
Hold a note. Mean stay in tune. Well, you need to. If you're an alto, stay with your altos. You don't break out.
Did she do choir? Was she in choir?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was in the senior choir.
Okay.
There's a reason. Nah.
I'm just saying, I saw Ag do a solo. It's got to be near that level.
All I'm saying is, she can hold a note.
You were so crazy. Anywho, which is more than Ray J could, because Ray J could not do that during verses.
Well, if you don't drink your voice away, yeah.
It was,
And you didn't really have that much voice to begin with.
it was a time.
Don't take much.
It was a time. But that was the point. People saw the tribute. They liked the dancing. The dancing was on point. But the people mostly doing the dancing were everybody else in B2K, not really Omarion, because he was doing the lead. But he wasn't a very strong lead. So there you go.
It is what just cool.
Just cool.
Yeah, because I don't want to keep beating a dead horse.
Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is all of the ice. There's nothing but ice. There's nothing but ice everywhere, and it's not going anywhere, and it refuses to melt. I'm seeing videos from the northern part of North Carolina all the way up through Maine, and everybody is just stuck in ice. It's not going anywhere. Have you seen the videos of people stealing each other's parking spaces?
I'm pretty sure that's what happens at apartment complexes all the time.
It's not just apartment complexes. It's like work. So people have shoveled out spaces to like park their vehicles, and then they leave to go do whatever they got to do. And then when they come back, either somebody's in that parking spot, or they've tried to jimmy rig like something to hold their spot. Like they'll get chairs together. Somebody put a full dining set out there so that people would have a hard time trying to move it so they keep their spot. They're getting creative. But also people are getting petty. So if they leave, if they clear a spot and then leave that spot, and when they come back, so another car is there, they're taking all the snow that they shoveled from that spot and putting it back on that car. Like burying these cars.
Whatever.
That's a lot of work.
People do a lot of things for hate.
For hate. And that's it. That's all I got for That Happened with Joe.
That happened with Joe. Stop.
All right. You want to talk about what we watched this week?
Sure.
So,
A Killer Among Friends.
yes.
Devil in the Hallways. Episode 3.
Continuing the series, A Killer Among Friends. Would you say that this episode did include a killer among friends?
No,
I agree.
they never do.
No, the other ones did. They were friends.
Well, the other two did. This one, no.
Mm-hmm.
They were
Acquaintances.
acquaintances. They weren't friends.
So, unfortunately, this is the story of the murder of Elyse Pahler. This is out of Arroyo Grande in California, and that is a part of the San Luis
Grande.
Obispo. What's what I said?
You say grande. It's grande.
No, Grande.
Grande.
It's part of the San Luis Obispo County, and this takes place. They started off in 1994, where Elyse makes her friends in high school. She meets Kate, Carmen, Lynn. We also get some insight from Adam, which is Kate's brother, who kind of knew the girls because his sister was friends with them. And then Janice. I don't know how close of a friend Janice was. Was she part of that clique?
She was in black. I don't know. They darkened her out, so I don't know.
No, that wasn't Janice. The one they darkened out was Lynn.
Lynn. Oh yeah, Lynn was already.
Janice was the one who was by herself. She was never with the girls.
She was the one walking around.
Yeah.
I think Janice was one of the skater girls that she made friends with.
Like later, you think?
Yes.
Okay. Well, she said she met her in 8th grade though. Those skater friends she met in high school.
I think she's part of the skater girls.
I don't know. So, the sequence of events that we get, like I said, 1994, the girls all meet in high school. And these girls really talk about how much of an impact Elyse had on their lives. Lynn, for example, talks about how she moved to the area from the Bay Area, and it was like night and day for her. Which, if you're from California, that's what a lot of people say if they move out of the Bay Area. The Bay Area has a connotation of being an East Coast city on the West Coast. Which just means that like there's a lot of public transit and like more real city life. And then when you go to other cities within California, they're a little more suburban. So
yeah, squeeze me.
So Lynn was having a hard time until she met Elyse. She was saying people weren't that friendly. Like she really wasn't finding a way to fit in. But then when she became friends with Elyse, it's like something clicked. And then all of a sudden she had like a group of friends around her. and they really enjoyed each other's friendship until they didn't. So then they have a breakup of some sort. At some point, Elyse and Lynn have a falling out, and they stop being friends. It's mentioned that it was around Carmen, who's another friend of theirs. Like, it was around that. Apparently, Elyse was getting closer to Carmen and not as close to Lynn. So Lynn was like, I can't be friends with you anymore,
And once that happened, Lynn said, "Screw the whole group. I'm out."
basically. But they also think that maybe this is what set a lot of events in place for Elyse to look at friendships outside of their little group.
Carmen's like, "I was devastated. I blame myself for everything."
Cal is making fun of a lot of their grief. They said at the top of this that they did not heal from everything that happened to Elyse at all. They just bottled it up and stopped talking to each other, which is not healthy.
Well, you can tell it's in there. You can see it in their faces.
Okay, so Elyse is making new friends, essentially, but the girls are still kind of talking. July of 1995, Elyse is discovered missing. Elyse's parents realize that she's not in her room, and they immediately call the police and want to file a missing persons report. But the police are like, no, you got to give it full 24 hours. Even though she's a teenager and she's underage, we still have to wait the full day before you can do anything. So they're like, fine. So then they come back after the 24 hours are up to file the missing persons report. And it doesn't really go to plan. Like, they feel the police aren't really taking it seriously. So they take it upon themselves to like put out missing flyers and a hotline to get tips. But the tips they're also getting are not fruitful at all. They're getting told that they saw Elyse in LA at castings. She's on the beach with older men. She's doing meth in trailers. Like, they're getting very outlandish, sensationalized tips that don't actually lead to anything, but they have to do something because they feel like the police aren't really doing anything as that investigation continues to go on and on and on. School starts back up like around September. So it's now been like 5 weeks since Elyse has been out. And rumors are swirling even more about what is going on. At first, they really want to describe Elyse as just a runaway, as somebody who just left and decided to do whatever, just leave the family. But the family doesn't buy that because it's so out of character for her. She's been such a happy child with them. They really haven't had a lot of contention. Then they're like, well, maybe she snuck out and just didn't come back. And then they talk about how like there is a culture with the kids of sneaking out late at night to go down to the creek to hang out or smoke pot or just to like hang with each other and get some candy. But paranoia is also rising at the same time as well. All the kids start looking over their shoulder because now they feel a sense of danger they never felt before because things are becoming a lot more realer to them with Elyse being gone.
Why would I say gotta go to the creek?
The creek? Did you guys ever go down to the creek?
No.
You guys didn't have a place where you all hung out that was away from like the adults?
No.
Not at all?
No.
It wasn't like somebody's house, nothing?
We might have went to somebody's house.
Okay.
But we had different houses we used to, I guess, conjugate to.
Uh-huh.
It depended on who house we was playing ball at.
Okay.
Might depend on that.
Did you guys have house parties?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know. I didn't really go to house parties.
But you were aware of them?
I guess. I don't know. Sure. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. We had places like that.
Block parties.
Okay.
So,
We threw bonfires. That's what we did. We would go to the beach.
Yeah. Urban kids always want to burn some shit. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, suburban kids always want to burn some shit. That makes sense.
That doesn't make sense.
That's you guys' way of rebelling.
Not really.
Being edgy.
How's it being edgy? It's literally a pit. If you want to talk about
Trevor gonna be there? Oh my god, I'm going for Trevor.
I didn't go to a school with guys named Trevor. Okay, their names were Matt.
I'm sorry.
Nate.
Balaki.
Okay, I had a Dustin in there.
Balaki.
Daniel.
And Balaki.
No Balakis. I went to a white school. So
Blake. You had a Blake.
Aarons for sure. Megans, absolutely.
Whoa, totally.
So far I've killed her. Okay, so but basically, Elyse has been missing this entire time. Then on March of 1996, about 8 months after she has been missing, they find Elise's body.
just go back for a second.
Okay.
The same night, the next day, they go to the police. The police were like, we need 24 hours. He's like, you need to go find my daughter. He was like, call us back in 24 hours. And then they had to call the police back in 24 hours. Then the police, I guess, decided to take down information or whatever. And I guess labeled her as missing at that point.
Why did you say that? We have gone past that quite
I
a
just
bit.
thought that it'd be known that the police didn't want to do their job.
Oh, okay. You're setting a precedent. Got you.
Yes.
Yeah, they really didn't want to. So, like I said, March of 1996, Elise's body is found. So they find out that she's not a runaway. She actually was murdered. They find her slashed and half buried in the eucalyptus grove. A kid named Royce Casey, who's 17 at the time, led police to the body. Calvin says that he told on himself.
Yes. He told her. So I guess after this happened, eventually
The murder happened.
The murder happened. Eventually he went to church and I guess
Confessed.
God told him he needed to confess or something happened.
Uh-huh.
He went to talk to the priest because they're Catholic. I guess he went in the
Yeah.
booth.
He did his confession.
He went in the
Confessional.
porta potty, told his confession,
Mhm.
and then the priest was like, I can't. I also got to tell somebody else. I just can't tell Jesus
Mhm.
because you just admitted to killing somebody.
Mhm.
So he went to authorities and told, and that's pretty much how they solved the case.
That's how. But yeah, and that's
Once
how
again,
Royce leads them to the body.
someone told on themselves.
It is another instance of somebody just telling on themselves. So he admits that he took part in the murder, and he says he did it with two other people, a guy named Jacob and another guy named Joey, who also goes. All three of these boys go to the same school that Elyse went to with her friends.
And I also pointed out that the reason they did this is for their band to get fame.
We'll get there. Her friends are shook. They are shook that they know who the killers are
They are shooketh.
and that she's dead. Like, this now confirms that unfortunately their friend is gone.
Bong bong.
According to Royce's confession, the boys convinced Elyse to sneak out and meet them to smoke pot. If you read or look up the circumstances around her death anywhere else, it ranges from smoking pot to going to a party to promising just like to hang out.
Also, how she died and what happened after that is also kind of. The police say she was raped as well. The guy saying they didn't rape her.
Mm-hmm.
One guy said they were about to, and he convinced them not to.
Mm-hmm.
But the police, I guess, are they still saying she was raped?
Well,
after she was
they
murdered?
couldn't find any proof of it. Also, though, the body was so badly decomposed at the point that they found it, it was hard to test with the tech they had at that time.
Okay.
So it's inconclusive if anything happened outside of the boys' words. So the boys say that they convinced her to sneak out. The parents recall that the night before her disappearance, she was on the phone and the phone calls were really weird. Like, she was very cautious about what she said.
She said she got like 2 phone calls. She was like, okay,
Uh-huh.
sure. Then got another phone call. She's like, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And then was like, I'm going to go to bed. So for them, it's tracking that they've convinced this girl to sneak out. Apparently she snuck out, and they were going to pick her up at the end of the driveway
I want to say,
and took her off to the grove.
certain parents would have been like, that's odd. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye. I'm going to stay up a little bit, see what happens. Because if it happened exactly like that, that's
I
kind of.
can't blame the parents. They're in California. They're in a very sleepy suburban town.
I'm not blaming them.
Nothing happens like this ever.
I'm not blaming them, but I'm saying
She gets some cryptic calls. They're like, it's weird, but anyway, we're going to go to sleep. For the most part, she's a good kid. So they don't have any reason to not trust that she's doing exactly what she said, which is going to bed. It just turned out to very, very badly. So in the confession, Royce tells police that him and his bandmates, so 2 other boys, Jacob and Joey, have sold their soul to the devil. And the objective for them on Earth is to kill 666 blue-eyed virgins for Satan, so they can earn a ticket to hell. Other stories say that they did all this so that they could become better musicians. This was their trade-off with the devil to become better musicians.
They wanted to become Slayer, the band.
They had a band called Hatred that they modeled themselves after Slayer. If you're familiar with Slayer's music, they talk about the devil a lot.
Here's the thing, too.
Okay.
You only needed to kill one to get a ticket to hell. You didn't have to kill another 665.
It's a lyric. The blue-eyed, blah, 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 that's a lyric from a Slayer song.
Oh.
That's why they said it like that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So Slayer is a band that came out in the 80s. And during the 80s, there was something called Satanic Panic. I don't know if you are familiar with that.
Nope, because my mom and the Holy Ghost kept me far away from that.
Basically, there was like a lot of occultism type of interest that was growing and at the same time being shamed. And then there were different murders that happened around that time that said they were related to satanic ritual. And it was a whole thing. And Slayer's from that time period. So a lot of their music also kind of features around playing with those ideas. It's a lot of metaphor. But the boys posit that the Slayer music really shaped them to make a deal with the devil and entice them to murder a classmate.
Closest thing I had to that in my household was either the soap opera Passions or the TV show Charm. That's the closest I got to that.
You
stuff.
said the documentary Passions, as you know.
That's about
Timothy. So
that's about the closest I got. And maybe in church or something crazy happens. Other than that, that's the closest I got to that stuff.
But anyway, so in 1997, 2 years after Elyse's murder, the boys are up for trial, but the case doesn't go to trial. The boys instead plead no contest and are essentially sentenced to life with the possibility of parole. Which, after watching a lot of 90 Day, Love After Lockups, we learn that even though you're sentenced to life, if you have good behavior after a certain amount of time, like parole might be possible after the first 15 years or first 20, they'll check in and see if you can be paroled for your remaining time. Like, they might be on parole forever if they get out. Well, spoiler alert, some of them get out. So,
think about being in jail that long before computers. Well, no, computers were out when they were in jail.
Yeah, computers were out.
But it just started. It just came out.
That's true. It was just taken off. They don't know what an iPhone is.
No iPhones.
Hell, not even really a cell phone, honestly.
CD players.
No, CD players were around.
Yeah, I'm just saying they had CD players.
But like an iPod Shuffle, they don't know what that is. MP3 players, what are those?
Yeah. So they're going to look for a tape deck in a car and it's not going to be there.
Yeah.
So, and this is and
food is totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No startup cards with the push buttons, all that stuff.
Right. Automatic windows.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
They've been in jail for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. And during like the crux of like a lot of their
Blockbusters were still a thing when they went in jail.
Blockbusters was a huge thing when they went to jail. Now there's none. They're going to be like, what do you mean?
People try to run a video.
How do you watch a movie?
So where do I work my videos?
Right.
Videos.
Where's your VCR player?
VCR player. Sir.
DVD player? Nope.
No, sir. You better get
streaming only.
You better get on start streaming some stuff. Streaming.
Ring cameras? It's a whole new world for them. It's a whole new
Bitch, how you see me?
It's a whole new world for them. Paying with their phone. People don't even got real wallets no more.
People don't even carry cash. That's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
They're going to get robbed a couple of times.
He's going to be like, I'm just going to borrow the payphone. We don't got no payphones.
Oh, I'm going to call somebody there. Sir, there's no payphones.
There's no payphones.
Godly.
I'll take you to a Dollar General. We get you a real quick, cheap phone. Call it a day. But yeah.
I remember the day I figured out there were no more payphones.
Uh-huh.
Because I was just happened to be looking for one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, there's no freaking payphones. And the payphone I thought was a payphone didn't even work.
Right.
It was just a prop.
Right.
I was like, this is insane. I'm lost and I can't call nobody.
I'm trapped. Exactly.
I'm going to have to figure my way.
Yep.
I actually had to figure my way.
Yep. Sizzler, gone. Any of the restaurants that they knew of? Spoons, gone. Gone, sorry. Yeah. They're basically time travelers now at this point.
Is that crazy man Gary Coleman What you talking about? Willis still on TV? That dude died a long time ago, sir.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the lead singers to the bands they loved are gone. So, but yeah. So, we end the show with Elise's dad going to a parole hearing for Royce Casey in 2024. Um, and at the time, the father was like, I don't really think that he is eligible for parole in what he's done to Elise. I think he should stay. And at the time, he was right. He stayed. At first, the parole board made the decision to let him be on parole, but then Gavin Newsom turned it over. And he did it twice. But this last run, he gets out. In 2025, Royce and Jacob are both released on parole. Joey's still in, though. But he's up for parole this year in 2026.
I think you said the father said he blames him, Jacob.
He says Jacob's the ringleader.
The ringleader?
But it's all according to the testimony of Royce. Royce really made it sound like none of this was his idea, but he was there for the planning and talked the boys out of maybe potentially assaulting her further. So, but yeah. But the aftermath is like, you've got a bunch of really broken adults who've just never really talked about the loss of their friend at all until now, and how they're trying to navigate what that is like for them. And it's not good. It's not great. But that was it. Unfortunately, that was the murder of Elyse Pahler. What did you think?
I think it's the damn music. I blame the music.
That was definitely a sentiment in the 90s to blame the music for a lot of things. I don't think the music's at fault.
I don't blame the music. I just think people are crazy.
I agree. And we weren't really socially aware on the mechanics of like mental health at all. So
Well, you was using they're singing these stupid songs too.
I did know a lot of these songs, and I still listen to some of them, but they're just that songs. Like they're not. I don't listen to a Spice Girl song and be like, yeah,
I do. Tell you what you want.
this
What I really,
needs to
really
change
want.
my life. Like
do.
I'm spice up my life, indeed. No,
Tell me what you want. What you really, really want. I'll tell you what the hell I
if
want
that
for
was the
real.
truth, if I listened to any of those 70s sad songs, I'd be breaking up with you every week.
I think you do. You just don't tell me, and I find out that I did something
After
I had
the fact.
no idea that I did.
After the fact.
Yes.
Hilarious. Okay, but that was A Killer Among Friends.
Blue Moon.
Okay.
I still want to know why one of the girls were in the shadows.
I feel like they cut out some stuff. I'm wondering if she got blamed. Like how that other story, that one girl kind of took the fall for her former friend's murder because the police had no other
Leads.
Yeah, they just made it that one girl. I'm wondering if it was a similar situation.
But wasn't she sitting there talking to all the girls?
Well, now, but also she had that breakup with Elyse shortly before Elyse disappeared. So I'm wondering if she was like a person of interest.
I don't know. They didn't really explain anything.
Right.
Why she was in the shadows or nothing.
It did add a lot of suspense because it was like, why do you need this?
Yeah, I thought she helped lead her to the guys or something.
Something.
But
I think there's a part of the story they probably just didn't put out there.
Who knows? Moving on to Love During Lockup. Episode 3?
I don't know. Question mark. I don't know. Wasn't paying attention.
Episode 3. Yeah, I think it's 3. Yeah,
Okay.
3.
You want to talk about Emily and Justin, our legal courtesan, and her burglar?
Oh, I thought that was a whole new name.
No.
I thought it was Emily and Cortesian and Justin.
Emily Cortesian.
Because if you look at my phone, the way it's broken out, it looks like it's Cartesian and Justin. So I'm like, who the hell?
He said, I don't remember no Cortesian and Justin.
Justin. I'm like, oh, is that the new?
I like that.
That is a black name. That sounds like a black name.
It's not even spelled Cortesian. It's literally spelled courtesan.
Whatever. Anywho, continue.
Emily, if you don't remember, is the girl working out of the
whore working out the whorehouse. That's what it is. Let's just stop. I'm not knocking her work. I'm just saying
They call it a bunny
call
ranch.
a spade a spade.
They call it a cat house. Okay. They don't typically call it the whorehouse. I don't know too many people who are like, you know what we should do? Let's go to the whorehouse.
The house they sell ass in.
Anywho.
That's what it is.
They're catching up. So she says it's the next day. So the day previously was when she first settled in the cat house, and she had to take a client, and he was upset about her taking a client.
And she licked them balls.
I don't know what she did, because he said he was in a BDSM, which is why she was able to up that
Spanked
price.
him and licked them balls.
I don't know that she did anything. Some guys just like to be humiliated. So anyway,
why would I pay to be humiliated when I can do that for free?
some people do that. They pay out the nose to be humiliated. Some people do that. There's something called financial doms, which is a dominatrix who basically bullies their client into just giving them money.
Okay.
And that's it.
Sure.
There's no sex component. It's
Okay.
just them berating this man into giving them money, and that's it.
Moving on.
I'm just
Thank
saying
you.
it's fascinating.
Sure.
That's it. And they're getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. Anyway, Emily is trying to get a video chat with Justin. She's very worried that he's not going to get on the phone with her, because it's really starting to sink in for Justin that she is a prostitute. And you know, she is basically working 24/7, living in that cat house. Like, they're on call at all times. So anytime there's a lineup call, she's supposed to get down there to be presentable.
How is that any different from being a whore on the streets? I mean, with a pimp. This ain't no different.
Roof over their head.
A pimp gives you a roof?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
No.
All his bitches stay with him. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
That's not true.
Yes.
Didn't you see the big breakdown in Virginia?
No.
They shook down another pimp situation out of a parking garage. This guy had his girl staying in a parking garage.
What do you mean she was staying in a parking garage?
Like, living there. They were living out of a parking garage.
How? So he was living at the parking garage too?
No. He was living in the apartment above. But the girls had to stay in the parking garage.
Where?
In his car.
Okay. And you mean tell me people was driving around and on monitors and all this stuff, and you see bitches just sitting in the car?
But just sitting in the car is not illegal.
Okay.
Bringing Johns to the car, illegal. So, but the point is, there are some safeties that come with being in a cat house versus being pimped out on the street with a pimp. Typically in a cat house, there's less of a chance of violence against you versus being with a pimp. That chance is so high. There's legalities for you when you work out of a cat house. Like, there's legal protections for you when you work out of a cat house, and you don't have any of that working on the street. So there's a lot of that. The screening process for the Johns is also much better working out of a cat house than it is with a pimp. Pimps don't care. They're not screening nobody.
Whatever.
You say whatever, but you asked what the difference was, and I'm telling you.
Thank you.
Calvin. Anywho. So she's going on and on about how she's basically on call 24/7, and she's worried about how that's going to affect Justin. And then when we get Justin on the line, he gets on the call. He basically says the same thing. He is worried about how he's going to be prioritized in his couple with Emily while she's doing this profession. And he just really wants, like, a lot of validation that, like, even though she's doing this job, she's going to choose him every time.
She's enjoying sucking dick for money.
So, as they're trying to get this validation, they get kicked off the call. Call just ends. And Emily's like, I don't know what's going on. And then she's like, oh, maybe because I'm using his ex's account, which is the craziest string of words to put together. She goes on to talk about how, like, they were set up by his ex.
Yeah, not when you find out how they met.
They were set up by the ex. She liked him on the internet, and the ex made the arrangements for them to talk to each other. The ex had whatever they call this thing. You have to get an account to do these kind of face calls or whatever with the prison. The ex still had one. And for whatever reason, Emily could not get one under her. We find out later, Emily couldn't get one under her because she withheld information that she used to be a corrections officer. And that was revealed in the first time she tried to have a visit with Justin. Because she told on herself. Which is following a pattern of people just telling on themselves. So, and I wouldn't put it past her to not only mention that she used to be a former corrections officer, but that she's also now a legal courtesan. So
selling booty for money.
With both of which, there's a lot of policies against correctional officers
take that.
visiting inmates because, you know, there's safety concerns, there's security concerns, and the like. And she knew that, which is why she withheld the information. And then when it came out later, they were like, nah, girl, no.
So she's in a video conference with him. The video randomly cuts out.
Right, because she's using his ex's account. And I guess they figured out she's using the ex's account.
So she calls him and gives the ex name at first.
Well, badly. What's the name? Brittany,
So she goes, Emily, Brittany, and the last name. And they go, okay. Then
she has no idea.
Justin calls, and then she's talking to Justin. Then the guy says, you still there? Yeah. Who's this again? Then she gives her real name.
And then he's like, I thought you said Brittany.
Yeah. And that's why we cut you off. We need to talk to her because you're not the person who's supposed to be doing this.
It's a violation of policy.
Click. Good night.
And he doesn't give her any room to like get back at him. He's like, oh, it's a violation of policy. We can't help you. Goodbye. Click. And she's freaking out. She's like, I don't understand why they're so against us. It does crack me up when they pin like it's a bigger world issue that's only affecting them. They make it sound like everybody's out to get them, and they're literally just flagrantly not following any of the rules or regulations that are put in place.
My thing is, dummy, why did you just continue to lie? You started off with a lie. If you're gonna start off with a lie, stick to your lie. That's my thing.
I guess my question is, well, the calls are recorded, but I want to know, when did they figure out that she's not Brittany?
I think they just cut the feed. It could have been on accident. It could have been like, wait a minute.
But it wasn't just the feed. When she tried to get into like the phone one, it wasn't working. She had to wait for Justin to call her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I think they just cut everything because they were like, wait a minute, something don't add up.
But what triggered it is my question, because she's been doing it for a minute now.
I think it probably triggered when they were like, when's the last time his ex? He probably said he's talking to somebody new and not talking to his ex. So they probably went, wait a minute. If he ain't talking to his ex, who the hell is using this?
I'm wondering if they're
account?
Listening to the tapes of their calls and they're going, who's Emily? He keeps saying Emily.
Probably. Whatever it is, something tipped them off.
Something did.
And then when she gave the name, they probably went, what is Emily's last name? I mean, what's Brittany's actual last name?
Most people, when they say, can I get the name? It's a full name. That's how it is for most things.
So then when they came back, he's like, what's your name again? Because he's trying to figure out, let me see if she can give me the right last name. And she, Emily. He was like, wait a minute, I thought you said you were Brittany.
Yeah, but she doesn't even try to like fix that. She just goes, well, I'm using his ex's account. It's another person.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to lie, just stick with your lie. So she's stupid.
The whole thing is weird. So that's where we are with them. She can't do the video calls now anymore. Moving on. We didn't get any Goddess or Damon.
No Damon.
Kaylee and Michael, I'm going to say for the end. So Monique and Titus.
They're done. The end.
Not really. They're not really done. So Monique faints in the restaurant. She's convinced to go to the hospital to get checked out.
It was a small earthquake.
She realizes she hasn't eaten anything or had anything to drink since 2 p.m. the day before. She's on a GLP.
You know, that metabolism, that needs something.
No, it's not the metabolism. It's her GLP. She's taking injections to lose weight. She's on the GLP. If you know anything about the GLPs, there's a neurological effect with them that it's supposed to help kill food noise.
How you doing?
Basically, that means like you won't think about food as often. Your body won't prioritize food as often. The downside to that is that you could accidentally starve yourself because your body does not tell you to go eat something anymore, which she thinks is what's happening as to why she fainted, because she just really was not thinking about eating or drinking anything at all. So she's at 2 p.m. the day before, and it's like past 2 p.m. the day that we're in with her. So it's a little over 12, if not 24 hours.
So they have things strong enough to make you not even think about eating.
Yeah.
But they can't cure nothing. That make sense.
Well, technically, that was not for that. GLPs were for diabetics to help them with sugar metabolism.
It's for the diabetes.
The side effect was that people would stop thinking about food, and then they made it a diet drug.
It's for the sugars. Because they can make more money making a dietary.
Exactly. So it really wasn't for losing weight. It was an accident.
No,
kind of like Viagra was an accident.
This is the way to make money.
Viagra was supposed to be heart blood blood pressure medication, and it had a side effect. And then they were like, "Oh, the side effect's more profitable.
It made your penis big.
Let's do that." No, not big. Not big.
Make your penis big.
Nope. Just hard. So
love you a long time.
Because Monique passed out, she wants to take the rest of the evening for herself. She's supposed to go meet Titus's family, like meet them for drinks. But she's gonna cancel because she wants to be able to rest. Because she went to the hospital, they ran all their tests. She's exhausted. Thankfully she's fine, but she just wants to catch up on some sleep. When she gets a call from Titus later that evening and lets him know that she's gonna cancel because she just left the hospital, he scolds her like she's a 6-year-old child. He's like, "Why didn't you just do what I told you to do? You never listen to what I tell you to do. And now you're not even going to go meet my family."
Because he probably told her to eat something.
He told her not to eat something. The reason she's on this drug, the reason she was doing her little workout and everything, that's Titus. It just really displays how controlling Titus is, and like how like there's no empathy there.
Told your big ass.
She's just a dumb bitch who did not listen to him.
Told your big ass not to do it.
And she gets upset about it. The next morning, he calls her again, and she's like, "So, are we going to talk about what happened the day before?" And he's like, "Nah, I moved on from that," which was not the answer she wanted. And they kind of go back and forth again about how like he really didn't show any empathy for her when she had her medical event. And he's like, "I don't know why I need to." Her sisters get involved, hearing the tail end of the conversation from Monique's side. And they try to confront Titus, but they're not as confrontational with Titus as they were with Derek.
Because they know he'll choke the shit out of all of them.
I guess. Because he gets back on the phone with Monique, and that's when Monique is like, "Listen, if you can't take accountability for the demeaning way you treated me the day before, we don't need to be doing this. We're done. Click." But they're not done. They're going to get back together. So.
Whatever.
But it's her sisters being like, "Yeah, no one's going to talk to our sister that way." It's like, all right.
Suck them balls.
Except you also just said that she only dates people who talk to her this way. So I don't what?
Exactly.
Then we have Aisha, our IT consultant, who's 54.
Aisha.
Who's dating Mikhail, who is allegedly 45, but maybe 77. And who knows? Aisha really wants to go visit Mikhail in his prison. He recently got moved to a new location. And she wants to go visit him. So she gets her friend Christy to come with her to go drive down to Alabama to go see him. Aisha also has an emotional support Cabbage Patch doll. And the backstory to how she got this doll
is crazy.
So sad. She talks about how as a kid, she basically was homeless. She lived out of a car with her mom. That's how she went to school. They would sleep in the car. They would go to the parks or wherever there was public bathrooms to like wash up and brush teeth and that kind of thing. And then at a certain age, she doesn't say specifically when this was, but it feels like it was in her later teens, maybe early 20s. Her mom moves down south without her, and she's on her own in Chicago. She said to cope with being on her own, she ended up getting this doll, which is like this little black Cabbage Patch doll, and that's who she talked to during her time in Chicago. So that Cabbage Patch doll now goes with her everywhere.
Because she's crazy.
She's broken. So.
She's crazy.
She travels down with Christy down to Alabama to go visit Mikhail. She's supposed to also go visit his Aunt Gloria to learn more about him. She stops by the prison that she thinks he's at and decides that she's going to go and visit. It is an impromptu visit. And as somebody who's been watching these for a long time, you can't do an impromptu visit whatsoever when it comes to the prison. You have to make arrangements.
You would think the producers would tell her, that?
They were like, no, we want to watch it unfold. She said she did a background check, a background screening for the prison a while back, but has never heard anything. What a while back means, I don't know, because she just said this man moved prisons. So I don't know if she did that for the previous prison or for the one he's currently in and how long ago that was. But she has it in her mind that they just have to go in there and then they just can go see him. And they quickly learn, no, that's not what's happening.
And as the old man go, bet you to get your dumb ass back in that car.
There's
Where
a
you going at?
guard. We hear a guard shouting at them, you need to get off our property and get back in your car. Or we're calling the sheriff's office.
Who's you?
And her and Christy are like laughing it off and being like, you're taking this way too seriously. And then there's another guard that like walks them back to their car who's like, you can't be here. You have to call in first. You can't just walk in. And Aisha tries to explain to him that she just wants to check in on her man because he's been moving around and she hasn't heard from him. And he doesn't want to hear it. He's like, yeah. Get back in your car and make a call and then make those arrangements. And she is upset. She's like, after I just drove 3 hours to be down here to see him. And now they're saying I can't even go inside. Yeah, girl.
That's how prisons work. You
That's
need
exactly what they're telling you.
permission.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You act like you're going to a bank or something.
We get introduced to our new couple, Rich, who's 34 and a real estate investor, and Felicia, who's 26 and currently incarcerated for armed robbery. Rich gives us a backstory of him, and it is insane. He says he's not a player. He starts off by saying he's not a player,
He
which
just
is
crushed a lot.
unprompted. He says, I'm not a player,
But he crushed a lot.
I lost my virginity at 11. I've been married twice. And every relationship he's had has ended in heartache and tears. And I'm like, what in the world, sir?
Because he was crushing a lot.
And it's really pressed upon us that Rich be out there in the streets a lot. Like he out there just slanging D to anybody who wants it. But now he's trying to settle his ways because he's met Felicia.
I take it as the girl was out there slanging too.
What girl?
His wife, the people, the females he's messing with, he thought he's the only one slanging. Turns out they were slanging too. That's why the heartache and tears.
I don't know. Because what he says later about Felicia makes me think that he's an idiot. So
It's heartache and tears.
Felicia was arrested in Louisiana back in January of 2016 for armed robbery with a firearm, theft of goods, possession of alprazolam, which is basically Xanax, and authorized entry, which is weird.
No, it's not. She probably was working somewhere
I can say something's weird.
and she had some friends and they talked her dumb ass into letting them in and rob the place or do something illegal. Or they got talking her into going someplace on her job and taking something.
She's been incarcerated for the last 9 years and was sentenced to 10 total. She's been in and out of prison since her childhood, essentially. Rich and Felicia met online through a pen pal site, which Rich says he was led to by a dream of a woman telling him she was incarcerated, and that woman,
If
Felicia.
I'm dreaming, leave me alone.
if another
Turn off
reality,
the lights and unplug the phone.
if another black man on a reality show tells me that he dreamt of a white woman and that's how he knew he had to marry her,
I'm dreaming of you.
we need to check water supplies. So, Felicia says she fell for Rich after their very first conversation. He's a perfect person for her. Rich says he loves Felicia because she hasn't been influenced by the world like TikTok or social media, and she's untainted. Like, what? I've never wanted to physically harm somebody through a TV in my life.
I don't know why you get upset when you hear stupidity. I just let it go.
The fact that this man straight up said that he likes the fact that she don't know anything and that's why he likes her is insane. They already have a 12-year age gap. Are you kidding me?
What you expected him to say?
Anything else. Anything else. But the fact that he's like, oh yeah, she's impressionable and doesn't know better. And then the clip after that is Felicia being like, yeah, a lot of guys think that I'm impressionable and don't know any better. They try to manipulate me because they think I'm naive, but I always hurt them. Okay. All right. Cool. Also, fun fact, Felicia's dad doesn't like black people and feels she needs to be with a Sicilian man. So there's that.
Can't wait. This is gonna be my favorite couple.
The first question that Rich's cousin asks him when he meets up with her later, his cousin Star, is like, "What's her ethnicity?" And then when he tells her she's Sicilian, she goes, "I don't think they like black people." So like,
Which leads him to believe he doesn't like black women.
definitely, 110%. Yep, 110%, absolutely. So, there's also Rich's coach, or I guess personal trainer, that we meet when they first introduce Rich, who is really quizzing him down about Felicia. And we find out that the personal trainer also has a background of being in and out of prison for a lot of his youth.
That's why he's a personal trainer, Javon.
And he points out that, like, Felicia being in for as long as she has been at the age that she got in, because she went in as a teenager. He's like, that's a lot of, like, your development years and being shaped by you being in prison. Like, that. He basically kind of warns Rich, like, you need to take it for exactly what it is. Like, when she comes out of prison, if you think she's acting any kind of way that is not going to vibe with, you need to end it. He's not going to listen to that. So that's where we are with them. Do you have anything to add?
I just want to see the train wreck. That's all.
That's it.
I want to see this girl destroy his life.
Okay. And that's going to lead us to Kaylee and Mike. Kaylee is the one who is supposedly marrying her high school sweetheart, even though technically they weren't high school sweetheart. It's the whole thing. They're similar in age. She's 35, he's 33. He's currently in jail for drug possession with a firearm. He's been in for the last 6 years. She goes to visit his mom, Angel. During her visit with his mom, Angel basically kind of calls her an idiot the entire time about how she's handling finances. We find out that Kaylee took out a bunch of credit cards under Michael's name. She says she took out those credit cards to pay for the stuff that he wants because he's got a never-ending list of things that he wants.
Well, at least she was smart enough to not put it in her name.
But apparently he's mad because she messed up his credit because she's also not paying the bills for those credit cards.
Well, she was smart enough to put it in his name. I can say that.
So Angel scolds her for doing that because now Angel is the one that's on the hook to pay those credit cards. And she's just like, we need you to be more responsible with money. And then in that same vein, tells her she's an idiot for even messing with her son. And then in that same vein, gives her a new list of things that her son wants. And then also tells her that she should never have agreed to marry her son. And then also talks about how glad she is to have her as a daughter-in-law. What? So.
Which she should have said, I made a mistake. Because if you don't believe in your son, I shouldn't be with him.
Calvin's take is that this is all signs that Kaylee should have known better than to mess with Michael. My take is that everybody's a mess in this. Kaylee, Angel, Kaylee's mom, Michael. Nobody really knows what's better, and they don't know how to take action to do better.
My thing is, the man that you're married to, mother is saying you're an idiot for being with him.
Yes. But she's also telling you to do it.
Maybe I should leave.
She's also telling you to do it, though.
But she keeps telling me I'm an idiot for being with him. So maybe I should leave.
But she's also telling you to go through with it.
I don't care. She's telling me I'm an idiot for being with her son.
I'm just saying Kaylee clearly is like stuck on Michael.
Like every time I'm with you and your father goes, you're an idiot for being with my daughter. I know that you're
giving Angel the pass. I am not giving this woman the pass. She is a habitual fence sitter. She's playing both sides of this fence nonstop for some reason. She's not standing on business on anything.
I agree with you. I don't even care.
And then has the audacity to shame her mother, to shame Kaylee's mom.
I don't care. Kaylee should take that advice and be like, since you saying I'm an idiot for being with your son, I'm no longer going to be with your son.
That is your takeaway. My takeaway is everybody a mess in this. Everybody acts like they're better than what they are, and they aren't. Nobody is.
That's all I'm saying. Are they all idiots and stupid? Yes. All I'm saying is, if somebody keeps telling you you're stupid for being with their child,
I would think her daughter pointing out that they don't know this man would have been the trigger. But nope. not his mother talking to you. I would think your own daughter being like, this isn't the wisest decision would have been the trigger. But no.
Well, I thought the since the daughter wasn't the mother of the man who's telling you you're an idiot for being with her son, should have been a trigger.
I can understanding that message when she then follows that up with, oh, you're a great daughter-in-law and here's some more things. It's not a clear message.
To me, certain things should stick in your head. Why is this woman telling me I'm an idiot for being with her child?
Why do you think this woman has your logic? Why do you think this woman has your logic?
It's evident she doesn't. And this is why this is going to be another train wreck I would like to see today.
You're so crazy.
I don't
Angel
care. It's
is
entertainment for
going
me.
in at length about how bad of a mother Kaylee's mom is. She's saying that Lori, who's Kaylee's mom, is a terrible mother, whereas she is a better mother.
Well, she was a
which she
crackhead.
is not.
She's saying that because she's never been in jail. That's all.
Honestly, I think it's because she's never had to deal with addiction also.
Exactly. That's all.
We find out Lori, which is Kaylee's mom,
is a crackhead.
Dealt with, it wasn't crack. She did heroin and she did meth.
It's all crackhead stuff.
She did drugs.
And
she ended up going to jail for drugs. She also had a gambling addiction. And apparently swindled some money out of Kaylee.
Also
to feed on that addiction.
Kelly was a drunk, so.
Well, that led to 8 years of Kaylee not talking to her mom. And Kaylee was dealing with her own alcohol addiction at that time as well, is what she says. So, and we find out it really hurt Lori that Kaylee just stopped talking to her entirely. And she does admit that there's a little bit of jealousy that Kaylee kind of holds Angel in a higher place of value than her own mother, when she feels like Angel's just talking a lot of bullshit, and she's not wrong. While they're shopping for more things for Michael,
exactly, we get all this.
She's like, why isn't Angel here doing this with you? Why is it you doing this? And it's Kaylee trying to explain, like, oh, this is how I prove that I'm going to be a good wife for Michael. And it's her mom being like, this is dumb. This is dumb.
And then her mom ended up paying for the stuff because she couldn't afford it.
And it was almost $800 worth of stuff.
And all they bought was a shirt and some pants.
No, they bought boots. They bought a full outfit.
The boots was what made it damn near.
Absolutely.
Because for some reason, cowboy boots are like $400 or something, like $500 a
It's the workmanship and the leather. They last you a long time. There's value to them. They last a long time. Like, they can be heirlooms if you really wanted to, like, to pass them down. But they are expensive. For whatever reason, Kaylee's also like, well, I'm supposed to meet Angel for lunch, and I'm thinking you should come with me.
She's
knowing
like, yes.
These ladies don't like each other.
She's like, yes.
No, Lori's like, I don't want to go. But Kaylee talks her into it, and she's like, fine. I thought
guess. She said, yeah, she wanted to go because she wanted to find out why she ain't there.
She says it afterwards because Kaylee really wants her to go. So she's like, fine.
Which means the producers want her to go.
Definitely. So they go to lunch. We don't get to see everything that happens at that lunch, but the previews show some water being thrown in faces. So we'll see. But Lori's take on Angel is that she's a manipulator who's using her daughter, essentially, and bad mouths her at every turn that she gets. She feels like she's so much better than Lori. And I don't think she's wrong with that sentiment at all. It's very clear these ladies cannot stand each other.
Yes.
Okay, so the other thing is, with all these money troubles that Kaylee is facing, because we see her try to take out several cards that all get declined. She's still not aware that Michael's sitting on his own thousands of dollars of money. Even though he's asking her to spend all this money on him, he's sitting on his own little nest of funds that he's not sharing with her, under the guise that she's not responsible for money. But Angel knows about this money, so we'll see. Even though Angel's complaining that Kaylee is not paying Michael's bills, why not just let her in on the money?
Why? So she can mess that up too?
Lori says that Angel basically views her son as like the Holy Grail, essentially. I don't think she's wrong. Even with all the bad stuff that Angel has to say about her son, I don't think she's wrong.
I'm not saying she's wrong. She's probably 100% right. I'm just saying, if this lady keep telling you her son ain't crap and you're stupid for being with him, take her advice and don't be with him.
But it's not her just saying that. You make it sound like that's all she's telling her, and it's not.
I don't care what she says in between that.
You don't have to care.
If it keeps coming back to you're stupid for being with him, because it seems like everything ends with you're stupid.
But if you've been looking at the personality that Angel exhibits, that's how she talks about everybody. She's heavily critical.
I don't care.
But what I'm saying that is, especially if you're looking at it from Kaylee's context, who's already stuck on Michael, all she's seeing it is like slight criticism. She's not seeing it as warnings at all.
Sound like somebody wanted a guy in high school, couldn't get him.
No, it was the opposite way. It was the opposite way.
Whatever the case may be, she wanted him now and she got him.
He was chasing her in high school. She didn't want him.
Okay.
And then for whatever reason, now they're like, yeah, us together.
Yeah, whatever. Sure.
It's going to be a mess. It is. It's going to be a mess. And these poor kids are trapped in the middle of all of this.
I don't care. Screw the kids. If the parents don't care about the kids, why should I?
I don't understand why that's a sentiment. That's terrible.
You don't care about your own kids. Why should I care about them?
That's crazy, Calvin. So people don't deserve help because other people think they don't need help? That don't make no sense.
I'm just saying I'm not going to care about stuff you don't care about.
Okay.
They want to destroy their kids' lives and stuff. I can't stop them.
So that means you can't have any empathy for what the kids are going through?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
Not really.
Whatever.
Okay. That's it.
Who's your number one train wreck?
I don't care.
Why?
Because I don't.
So, who's your number one train wreck?
I don't care.
Mine's is, what's that guy name?
Mm-hmm.
What's his stupid name?
Rich. And Felicia. Why is her name Felicia? Like goodbye, like bye Felicia? Like her name's Felicia?
Yeah. The Rich is the
black guy.
Okay, yeah. I want her to. But I think he's been through that already. I think the reason I said that because he says headaches and cries. So most times the men are the one cheating. They don't talk about headaches and cries. They don't care about that because they're the one doing the cheating. I think he didn't realize the females were cheating too.
I don't know if he was even.
He was hurt.
He makes it sound like outside of those two marriages, he never settled down again. So it's just been a lot of different people coming through. And his cousin even talks about how like all the girls that he's been seeing, this the one he want to settle down with. Like she confirms or at least validates that he's been seeing a lot of people.
I don't think those women want to be with him. Seeing and having fun is one totally different. I don't think those females want to be with him. I think they were having fun too.
I don't know.
But
being with somebody who's in prison and saying they untainted, what are you talking about? Anyway.
You know, and I know that sounds stupid because he acted like technology wasn't a thing before she went in jail.
He's like, she's not a part of the social media life.
Social media was around before she went to jail.
Yeah, it was. It was around.
So I'm like, I don't understand what this whole.
She's only been in for 9 years. Social media's been around.
And he acted like she can't get social media in jail.
They met online. Anyway. Anywho.
I don't think he put two and two together yet.
It's the least of his problems. He's marrying into a racist family. Anyway. Anywho.
You know what? That's not uncommon.
Okay. To want untainted women?
No. To get married to a family that's racist as hell. Especially in the South.
Yeah, she's in Louisiana. Yeah.
And then the grandbabies come.
But that also further confuses me. They're in Louisiana.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's nothing but interracial marriages over there.
Sure. My most ghetto is gonna be Goddess and whatever. That's gonna be the most ghetto.
I feel like it's gonna be
parent.
I don't feel like it's not gonna be that ghetto. I feel like they're gonna end up being like the calmest.
Don't do that to me. Don't wish that.
Don't wish what? Calmness?
Yeah, don't wish that. I want that to be ignorant. I hope it is.
I don't know.
So I can just laugh in her face.
I don't know. It was Emily and whatever his name is.
Emily and Mike. I mean, not Mike.
Is
Josh.
it? I think no, Justin.
Justin.
They were my favorite, but reading that he might not be on this earth anymore, I don't know where they're going with this.
That's yeah. What are they doing?
Well, this was filmed last year. And if the rumors are true, he took his life sometime this year. Exactly. So I don't.
Only thing about Kaylee and Mike, I want to see how you gonna talk to these kids.
He's gonna talk them crazy.
That's what I want to see.
He's gonna talk to them crazy.
And what she's gonna do.
Well, this is Love During Lockup, so we're not gonna see anybody get out. They're gonna roll it into Love After Lockup, and we'll see if those couples continue.
To me, the only two couples that are gonna be on there is probably Kaylee and Michael. And
I feel it might be Damon and Goddess.
No. If she's smart, no.
No, they're still together right now. Damon and Goddess are all over TikTok.
Well, then you're right. I'm
thinking it might be Kaylee and Michael. It might be Damon and Goddess.
And Rich and Felicia.
I don't think it's gonna be Rich and Felicia.
I think that's the two. I think Titus has already kidnapped Monique.
I think she likes Rich right now because it's all on the phone. But when they're in person, she's gonna realize how corny he is. She's gonna be like, no, thank you. She won't be that polite about it, but yeah. So, because I don't see the Monique Titus thing going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not. If she's smart, she blocked everything.
Smart?
No, that's what I'm saying. If she's smart, she blocked everything.
That's crazy.
Because she gonna end up disappeared, kidnapped.
That disappeared. But yeah, any other shows you watching?
I just watched a new Amish one.
Suddenly Amish.
It's a new on HBO.
It seems interesting.
It's about the Amish. I guess since all the younger Amish people are leaving the community, they have to find some way to, I guess, breed out the community.
I think it's a combination of them leaving, but also not existing. People aren't. They're all related to each other, so they're less likely to have children.
He's trying to bring in some new people.
Who is he? He's the leader. He's their bishop.
He's the bishop of the community in
their Ordung
in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Lancaster.
They're a more liberal community. They're not as strict.
Which is confusing because what makes them liberal?
So, I don't know. So, the fact that they're letting outsiders in.
I guess.
So, him, his brother, and his wife, another guy who, I'll get names next time, who has been exiled or shunned from another community and trying to find...
Isn't it Jeremy or Jeremiah?
Jeremy or something. Start with a J. James. And then...
James's cousin Emma.
And his cousin Emma. All are going to take these 6 people
who are regular. They call them English. There's people who were living
English,
who don't live in Amish communities, live in everything else.
And they're going to try to
teach them about
Amish life, and then after a month or so, see if they want to stay in the community and become Amish.
We get to hear why these people want to try to be Amish.
All a bunch of people who feel lost and not part of anything.
Yeah, basically.
Basically is what it is.
And they have a lot of romanticized ideas of what it means to be Amish.
You
and
have
it's like
3 females and 3 guys.
Yeah.
I'll get the names and pretty much actually expand a little bit more. But that's pretty much the premise of the show.
It's interesting. We've got a girl who's from LA. She's a dancer. She did OnlyFans. She's really ashamed of both of those things. And she's trying to really find something that aligns with her faith. And she feels like the Amish community is that. Her first day there, she gets slut shamed. So
then you have
rocky start.
Hispanic girl who's pretty much from a
Esmeralda
single family home. She's the only child and she's trying to become a chat wife. Pretty much.
She feels she's really romanticized what it looks like to have a man in the home. So that's what she wants. And she feels like with the Amish community, it's a given. You're going to have a husband. You'll have the full family. You'll also be surrounded by family, which is something she really didn't have either. So that's what the allure is for her. We got the guy who came from a very conservative Christian background. He didn't lose his virginity till he was in his 30s. And even then, it might have been through date rape, might have been forced. And he also was like trying to hold it till marriage. And he has a lot of concerns about doing this the right way in the eyes of Christ. So
and then you have a black guy who's pretty much.
I feel like he's just there for the shits and giggles. Like I don't think he really has. Like compared to everybody else's story, he doesn't really have a big one.
He's trying to get closer to nature, one with the spirits and all that other stuff, and he feels being Amish is the best way to do that, to connect with the nature and be more spiritual. Then you have a girl who's pretty much for the last 10 years been dressing up
Amish.
as Amish, and for 20 years wanted to be Amish. Finally, she took a dive to do it. I think her name is
BJ. Barbara Joe.
Yeah, something like that. Then you have another guy from Texas whose father is a big time rodeo guy. And he's pretty much been married, had twins, but he's 35 and he don't know where to go with his life. So he thought being Amish is the best way to go. Who knows? Which is weird.
Well, like in terms of him, I bet it made sense to me. He's coming from a background, a Christian conservative background as well. He's around a lot of livestock. Like that's also been part of his life. Where he says, I'm not where I wanted to be at at 35, where I thought I would be at 35. And I'm like, where is that? What did you think that was? What do you mean? Him living off the earth and like taking care of livestock. I think he'll be fine with that because it's very similar to what he's already been doing. He won't have some of the conveniences, like a lot of the tech or the machinery, but I feel like I get his interest in doing this. I don't really understand some of the other guys' interest.
Yeah, anywho, that's that show. Amish.
Suddenly
Amish. Still watching 90 Day Before the 90 Days. You got Javon and Annalyn. Javon is pretty much
ain't shit. He's terrible.
Has decided to give her the phone and not talk to his ex about their relationship.
Not even an ex. She's not an ex.
Oh,
she's a never was.
Some girl he was, I guess, infatuated with who didn't want him. So, but he keeps saying dumb stuff.
He keeps trying to put a lot of blame on Annalyn. And what?
He keeps, I think,
he feels like she wants too much.
I think
and she wants bare minimum.
No. Yeah, you're right.
When they're walking back from the restaurant and she's like, my feet hurt. And he's like, damn. She's like, you could offer to pick me up. You could be romantic. And he's like, no, you have a dress on. I don't want to.
He thinks
he's terrible.
He thinks all he has to do is pretty much is provide.
Yeah, that's what he tells her. He's like, why aren't you happy with just me providing for you?
And
she's
that's
like,
all women should want. But I'm
insane.
like, no matter what women you get, they're gonna want more than providing.
Yeah, we want an emotional connection too.
At some point, you're gonna have to talk to them.
Talk.
And acknowledge them as a human being and their feelings.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. Show interest in them. Something. It's very weird.
He can't do the bare minimum.
He really can't.
He can't even just pretend.
No.
Which is the bare minimum.
Nope.
We do it all the time. He can't even do that.
Also, she's Filipino.
And then he tries to put the onus on her as if she's doing too much.
That she wants too much. He makes it sound like she wants too many things.
I'm like,
what?
I'm like, her love. She already told you her love language.
Yes.
Just do the basic bare minimum of doing her love language.
Also, I want to point out again, culturally, Filipinos are very romantic. Very romantic. Little things are huge things for them. The littlest gesture is a big deal for them. So no gestures is insane. It's crazy. That's insane.
And I don't think he understands he's the reason why he's single.
He's not single, he's married.
Not longer. Not too much longer.
Apparently they are still married.
Well, she's a glutton for punishment.
She's Catholic.
She's a glutton for punishment.
Most of them are. They don't want to do divorce immediately, so it's the whole thing.
I don't get it.
I get it. I don't like it.
So that's Javon and
Annalyn.
Lauren Burkhan. Pretty much Burkhan's like Burkhan is like, bitch, you either leave him or we're done. The end.
And left her alone with her thought.
That's pretty much it.
But no, she goes and meets his friends.
She meets his friends. His friends like, you need to be honest and forthcoming with her.
Right. He's like being forced into doing things. She complains that they have a lot of conversations in Romanian that she can't understand. And I'm like, did you learn none of the language when you got there? Were you surprised?
So, first of all, the concern on his friend's face should be a concern for you. That's all you need to know. I don't give a damn what culture you are, what language it is. There's a certain look on the face when somebody's looking at you like, you need to get the fuck up out of there. It's the same look in every culture.
They keep talking about how like they want to know how she's going to react when she learns the full truth about Burkhan. We're getting little snippets here and there. Burkhan don't got no job. Burkhan has a lot of debt. Apparently, to battle that debt, Burkhan got really into gambling, which I think just increased that debt. I
don't even think Burkhan is his name.
And then apparently there's something else. There's something else also going on in terms of how Burkhan is getting money.
I think he's a gigolo. I don't think Burkhan is his name.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it's gigolo. But we don't know yet.
Emma, Ziad.
We didn't really see him.
Didn't see him. Forrest and Sheena.
Yes.
So Forrest's family finally gets there, and they are dumbfounded by the resort.
Beauty of the B&B. It's not a resort.
So
it's a bed and breakfast, but it's huge.
They sit down, they have dinner.
Because they're racist and they thought it was going to be like this little tiki hut situation.
And pretty much she tells Sheena's family that pretty much she's been spitting in you guys' face and bad-mouthing you guys.
Forrest's mom. Molly.
And how she's been telling all these lies about you guys.
That conversation was strange because she was like, beautiful home. They're like, thank you. And she's like, I love the food. Great spread. They're like, great, thank you. And she's like, so let's talk about finances. And Sheena's dad tries to be like, yeah, Forrest was telling us he doesn't work. And she goes, let's not talk about that right now. Let's talk about Sheena.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. He goes, oh, okay. He was like, oh, okay.
And she just goes on to try to humiliate this child as much as she can. She's like, she told us that you guys are so mean to her and that she has to pay and that she can't save money and yada, yada, yada. And they are fighting about Sheena's own money. At the end of the day, that is what all of this is about. Sheena's own money.
And then her father's like, I don't care, but I'm not sending my daughter to take care of an American dude.
For real. And he's like, yeah, we do ask her for help sometimes. But, we'll pay her back. These are all loans. I need you to also understand in Filipino culture, family loans, no one's really paying them back. Like, you can ask them, but if you give money, you give money. If you get something back, maybe. But it's not really something that's enforced. They're not really like, and then we'll give you this right back.
Once again,
Forrest being like, well, since you said that, give us $4,000 was insane.
And Sheena's father like, you can kiss my ass. I'm gonna give your broke ass $4,000.
The same nigga who told me he not working?
Exactly.
No.
I'm not giving your punk ass $4,000.
No.
You know what? I'm about to slap the shit out you with these leaves on this goddamn table. That's what I'm about to do.
Calvin was missing a lot of that because he was just really shocked that, what is his name? Dev took his teeth out of his mouth and he was like, this is a totally different person. He looked
like a totally different person. I'm like, who's this white man sitting at this table? I'm like, they just got rid of the dude. She's like, no, that's him. I'm like, no, that's not. They got rid of him. Because he was so dead, they brought somebody else in to at least give some life. But I guess it was him. Just without teeth. It was crazy. But once again, if this is fake, Sheena needs to have her own show. She
If this
is
is fake, right?
carrying this storyline.
I don't know. I think Molly's also helping to carry it. That's being the antagonist. She's doing a good job being the antagonist.
I don't care. Sheena is making it seem real.
Uh-huh.
This lady is crying on a dime every time.
Uh-huh.
Like, she looks overwhelmed. It's one thing to cry and be like, hey, that motherfucker crying. She looks like she's overwhelmed. She's an amazing actress. She needs an Oscar for this. They need to be the reality TV category for the Oscars.
Mhm.
She should win.
Part of me thinks this might be fake because I don't know too many Filipino families who will sit there calmly while a white woman berates their child and them. I don't know too many that would just be like, oh yeah, no, that's crazy. Calmly. That's really rare. Somebody would have got cussed out. A table would have got flipped.
But once
Somebody would have
again-
been thrown out.
Once again, her family don't look like that. That family that would do that.
Her sister does. Her sister does.
Okay, whatever.
But I guess for me, it was just the gall of Molly being like, well, I'm going to show Sheena something now. And then even after she embarrasses this girl in front of her family and everything, now everything's out in the open. She goes, well, I still don't trust her. So we'll see what Forrest does next. And it's like, I don't
I'm
know.
like, your son has no money.
Your worry was that she was going to use him for money. That's not the case.
You find out she has money.
Then you're mad that she's not saving the money so that your son can do exactly what you were scared Sheena was doing to him. And she is taking care of her family instead. And you're like, that's bullshit. And then also, how far do you think the Filipino money goes? How far do you think Filipino money goes?
Does she look like she knows the exchange rate, Javon?
I'm just so, and I was so, what's the word? Upset with how they were like, this wasn't what I was expecting at all. This is almost human.
Once again, why were you
Why? Why?
shocked again? I'm just sure. Anywho, moving on to Rick and Trish.
I'm
Trisha.
just saying, this is a lot of audacity from white people who aren't working. It's crazy. That's crazy.
Not shocked. Expected.
Crazy.
Rick and Trisha. Pretty much
Rick.
Trisha. Rick and Trisha.
Oh, Rick.
Rick is kind of upset that Trisha hasn't told her family anything about him. First of all, Rick is older than her father.
Rick is upset about everything because he's projecting all of his insecurities onto this poor child.
Number one. Number two, she's like, I didn't tell my family you were older than me. I didn't tell my family you were married before. I didn't tell my family you had kids. I didn't tell my family nothing about you because I told them my dad is not going to give us the blessing.
Right.
So she tells them all this on the beach in Madagascar after they've been walking around taking pictures of lemurs all day, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So they get back on the beach and pretty much his knees aren't that good to kneel down and cook and fry fish and saute fish and do all the stuff with fish. So they're on the beach having a little picnic and pretty much she lets them know, hey, I haven't told my family anything about you because I don't want to, because
They're not going to like it.
they're not going to like it. And he's like, I can't believe. So now I'm going in there with no type of blinded. Yeah. That's the best way to do
That's
this.
not really his complaint, though.
But once again, he still hasn't told her he cheated on her.
He tells her.
But eventually he's going to tell her.
Yeah, he tells her this episode.
Oh, and she loses it, I guess.
They end it with her going, why? Like, why? So he's on that same beach after they made that little meal. He tells her, those 5 days that we weren't talking.
Oh,
I
he did.
fully went to Colombia and had sex with my ex nonstop. And she's like, what? Like, what? And he tries to put a little of the blame on her, saying that he only did that because she wasn't talking to him. And she's like, I couldn't talk. No, you can't. No. What? No. How did you even have the time to do, like, not what? Are you, what? What? So
And
they leave it on that cliffhanger of her just being like short circuiting, trying to figure out, like, what is she even supposed to do with this information now?
Kick him in the balls.
basically, and leave him on that beach.
Lisa and Daniel. I don't even remember Lisa and Daniel.
Lisa and Daniel, she goes and meets Uncle, and Uncle is like, "Are you a lesbian?"
Yes, the spirits have told them she's a lesbian, and pretty much she lied.
Yeah, no, not pretty much. She lied the entire time.
She lied the entire time.
Do you drink? No.
Yes,
Not as much.
Maybe not as much. I don't know. So she gets the blessing. Now she's kind of upset because she lied and all this stuff. She's in her feelings. Don't know why. And that's pretty much.
Well, she also had to agree that being a lesbian was an aberration.
And she was upset with that. I'm like, bitch, take your W's. Take your W's. And that's pretty much where we leave them at.
Yeah. Oh, and she takes off her wig. And it shocks Daniel for a little bit.
Yeah, and he's like, put your wig back on. Put that back on. A wee my way. A wee my way. Yeah, I didn't know who she was either. I'm like, when is Lisa gonna come down?
Girl, sleeping in the wig is crazy. So, any other couples?
Elisa and Joshua.
Who?
Elyse and Joshua.
I don't know who those are. Is that the couple we haven't met yet?
They're probably the couple we haven't met yet. Yeah, at least, yeah. We still haven't met them. So
it's got to be a super short.
They're not going to be here that long.
I think when Rick and what's her face break up, it'll be them.
And that's pretty much 90 days before the 90 days.
I watched the first 4 episodes of Bridgerton season 4, which is Bennington, whatever his name is. His storyline. It was crazy. It ends with him fingering a girl against the wall. It's a culmination. It's a slow buildup of how Benedict, that's his name, how him and his love interest, this girl named Sophie. It's a Cinderella story. So she is like the daughter of her father's mistress. Her father was a gentleman. He's part of high society. He had a mistress he was in love with. They had a daughter, and that's her. And then when he remarries another woman who's also of high society caliber, he takes Sophie in as a ward, but that woman hates her. She hates what she represents, and she demotes her to being a maid. So it's very much Cinderella. She's got an evil stepmother and 2 stepsisters. They kick her out of the house after they learn that she has done some things that they didn't want her to do. Her and Benedict kind of have this slow build, meet cute that happens. And it culminates in the last episode and then finally acting on the physicality of this relationship. And it's him fingering her against the wall and then whispering, "Be my mistress." Kills the mood instantly. And that's the cliffhanger we end on. Also, Bridgerton is about to introduce another storyline. And a lot of people are up in arms about how this storyline is going to be handled. One of the Bridgerton crew, cannot remember her name to save my life. She's married. She married this guy, this black guy. And they're struggling for her to reach her pinnacle, having an orgasm. She doesn't know how to do this. But they said they're going to work on it slowly together. The show is really hinting heavily that she's a lesbian, that she's interested in women. And the change in the storyline they have for her character story, because their character story is that she initially married one guy. This man tragically passes, and then she falls for his best friend. In the books, she marries that best friend. They go on to have kids. But for the show, they made her a lesbian. So she's going to fall in love with his girl cousin instead. And a lot of people are like, where are we going with this? How's this going to work? It's just so far removed from the books. And it's still during Regency era. Like, being in a same-sex relationship at this time period was still illegal. So how are we making this work? It's very interesting. It's very interesting and very crazy. But it was a fun watch. It's a fast watch if you watch those first 4 episodes.
Sounds like a plan.
I plan to watch it. You're going to watch it?
I don't like to watch old ass shows from old ass times. There's also the one that the scene I really watched is kind of interested in. It's a black man who wants this old ass white woman with all these goddamn kids.
Yeah.
Makes me sick.
She tells him to drop trowel and get over there. And he does. and she's in awe.
Does thigh want my caucus?
I don't know why none of them use that language. I don't know why you're using Old English. It's not a Shakespeare show.
Bottom besets me like a bloody hounds on a bloody fox.
What? Black besets me.
And that's why I hate that show.
That didn't make any sense. So that's it. Was there any other shows? No, that was it. Nothing else really watching. But I am gonna watch that Suddenly Amish thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. So do you have a quote for us to end on?
Don't do drugs. What quote do you want?
Something from the Ice Cream Man.
What Ice Cream Man?
The song Ice Cream Man.
True to the game.
Okay, I'll take it. Thank you for listening to We Like That podcast.
So we like that.
Go ahead and click that subscribe button. You know you want to. And rate us 5 stars. I'm Javon.
I'm Calvin.
Later, people.
And we're out.